10 miles down. Ran with a little music today. Went on a guided run with Coach Bennett on the Nike Run Club app. It's hot today. Ran a little later than normal because it's Mother's Day. But 10 miles, 9-minute pace. You got a seat here. I definitely felt yesterday's miles today. I don't usually run a long mile. Or long miles the day before a long run, but I had to Franken-style a workout, as I talked about before, because I missed my tempo day because I couldn't get outside, and the schedule just didn't align. So I just kind of put it together with my run yesterday, which is a lot longer, and so it was kind of I did a tempo run, which is like a marathon pace by my standards, or by the training standards that I follow, right in the middle. And I bookended it with an easy pace run, which is what I was supposed to do yesterday. And today was supposed to be an easy day, and to be frank, it was far from easy. I definitely struggled today, but got it done. And so it's time to refuel. So refueling is really, really important. Fueling and refueling is extremely important if you want optimal performance. You can't do both, meaning what I should say is you can't be in a calorie deficit trying to lose weight, not eating enough food or eating less food than you burn, and then hoping to have optimal performance at the same time. Those two things generally don't align, and you have to make a decision to do one or the other. Do I want to, we'll just say lose weight, meaning eating in a calorie deficit, burning more calories than you eat, which means your body is underfueled by definition, or do you want to have optimal performance? Optimal performance means that you have to be fueled fully so that you can be running on all cylinders. But that also means that if you're burning the same amount of calories than you're eating, there's not going to be weight loss. And I know a lot of times those two things get confused. Everybody would like to do everything at the same time. But scientifically and biologically, that's not possible. You generally have to choose one or the other, and there's no wrong answer except for the one that you give yourself. You have to be okay with whatever option that you choose. With that being said, I have an electrolyte drink here. That's usually what I'll drink throughout the day. I rarely drink plain water. And I'd probably say I might be a little underhydrated today. It's Mother's Day, and so I spent the morning getting things ready for Liz because it's her special day, of course, in my eyes. Every day is Mother's Day because I'm truly blessed to have a wonderful wife and a wonderful mother of my children that gave me beautiful young children. Now they're older, actually, 19 and 14, almost 20. But wonderful children whom I love very, very much. She helps me to raise them. She helps me to run our business. She shows me a ton of love, and for that, I'm truly grateful. and I can't describe enough how grateful that I am. Actually, we were just talking last night, and she's like, do you talk about me in your YouTubes? And I said, yeah, I mention you, but I probably don't talk about her enough, and being that it's Mother's Day, definitely need to give my beautiful wife, Elizabeth Swift, a big, giant shout out. So thank you. But with that just means that I didn't drink enough water this morning to get hydrated before such a long run. I probably should have taken some electrolyte drinks with me because it was so hot. I did underestimate how hot it was going to be. And this is relative hot. So this is Sacramento. In Sacramento, at some point, it's going to be like 105 degrees, 110 degrees during the summertime. It's probably like the high 80s right now. So I'm probably bitching about really nothing. It's all relative, right? But if you're coming from 60 degrees, it sure as hell feels hot. Electrolytes. I use a product by Bare Performance Nutrition BPN. Well, it's called Electrolytes. Electrolytes are super duper important. We probably don't get enough of them as a society. And there's a few different reasons why. Number one, when everybody's trying to get in shape, everybody wants to drink more water. You're supposed to, right? Water is extremely important in our bodies. Ideally, you're made up of 50 to 70% water. And so drinking water is very, very important for optimal performance. We probably lose, I think the science says we lose somewhere around 800 to 1200 milligrams of sodium, salt, in 1 hour of exercise. 800 to 1200 milligrams, which is a ton. One scoop of these electrolytes is 500 milligrams of sodium. And so I do a lot of talking about how important it is to not just hydrate drinking water, but to hydrate and drink and have a lot of salt in your diet. Hi, baby. Come here. This is my beautiful daughter, JJ. I was just talking about you. Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. I love you.
Love you.
Have a wonderful day. But we don't get enough because what's been recommended to us as a society as a whole is to eat less salt, because salt causes heart disease or high blood pressure and all that stuff. And it's not entirely true. For a very, very small percentage of the population, that may be true. But what I've learned from research and from other doctors and reading books and studies is that salt isn't the issue. The issue actually is high levels of insulin, too many carbohydrates in our diet, and not enough activity to burn it off. And that high level of insulin will increase our blood volume, which causes high blood pressure. Salt does increase our blood volume, but it is usually not the problem. If we could get everybody eating a whole foods diet and a lower, not low, but lower carbohydrate diet, our kidneys, our bodies do a really good job of filtering out salt out of our bodies. And so usually if someone has high blood pressure, it's not that they should be reducing salt, they should be reducing carbohydrates, they should be reducing simple carbohydrates that cause their insulin to rise, which then also causes an increase in blood volume, thus an increase in high blood pressure. There is a wonderful book by a gentleman, Dr. DiNicolantonio. I hope I said that right. I'll have to put a link in the description. It's called The Salt Fix. And he goes into, he's a cardiovascular researcher, a research doctor, and he goes deep into how we came to this conclusion that salt is bad, and the problems with these studies that we are relying on, that general medicine is relying on to say that we should go low salt. It has come to my attention through him that the low salt recommendations are based off of, no, not studies, but expert opinion. And so it is really important that we dig a little bit deeper into the science instead of just believing what this doctor said or that doctor said or what this medical group said, because you're relying on them to have done the research, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they did the research. So electrolytes, extremely important. Other electrolytes except for salt, sodium, is magnesium and potassium. All of those are very, very important. You can get them in your diet through a various whole food diet. I like to supplement with the electrolyte drink. I also use a product by Trulean called Everyday Fit that has electrolytes in it. It just ensures that I don't drink just a bunch of plain water. Plain water can also flush out a lot of your fluids, because through your sweat you lose electrolytes, through your pee you lose electrolytes, through breathing. You'd be surprised. So very, very important that we are refueling with electrolytes whenever we are exercising for long periods of time. It's probably better than just drinking plain water. Mineral water, even smart water is probably better than just plain purified water. So yeah, I'll put a link down below for the book, The Salt Fix. I will also put a link for Bare Performance Nutrition. I will also put a link down there for Trulean products. All of them are fantastic supplements that we can use. And I use the Trulean ones for lifestyle purposes. I use the Bare Performance Nutrition for my for a combination of lifestyle and performance reasons. So that's all I got today. Those are the thoughts, you guys. So go out, get some work in. If it's gonna be hot, if you're sweating a lot, even if you may not realize it, be sure that you're replenishing with electrolytes in your water. Eat a whole foods diet and reduce the simple carbohydrates. I'm not asking you to completely cut them out, because I like eating them too, but we need to reduce them. We can't have too much of them, because that is what is causing the unhealthy lifestyle. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. We wouldn't be here without y'all. So thank you so much, and go love your mom. All right, deuces.